You're now listening to the Shipper's Toolbox, presented by Refund Retriever. Hey guys, Brian from Refund Retriever, and today I want to talk about what's going on with shipping. UPS recently came out with their earnings and some numbers that are kind of good to see. Basically, UPS claimed that deliveries have declined almost 3% year over year. So since last year when COVID hit, the big boom that kept everybody indoors, everybody was buying everything online. They were buying it from Amazon websites. They didn't want to go out. Looks like that is starting to wane off, and ground package volume in the U.S. was down 4% since last year, which is good. That's good for shippers. It's good for receivers because there's less dependence on the supply chain. We're seeing a little bit more breathing room. More services will come back with guaranteed deliveries. Right now, we only have late package refunds on Next Day Air and International Express. So hopefully that second and 3-day and ground will come back soon. According to the Wall Street Journal, the average daily shipping volume fell 8% globally and 2.9% in the US compared to a year ago. So, it's the first time that quarterly shipping volume has fell since early 2021. But looking at all this, kind of what does this mean for a shipper, and also what does it mean for somebody who's going into a contract negotiation? We help a lot of clients do this, but let's look at some keys. If you're doing this yourself, what do you need to look at? The biggest thing that we're kind of addressing right now is the peak activity and peak surcharges. So as hopefully most of you know, there's additional handling, oversized large package, and overmax surcharges that are going to have a peak season surcharge applied to it, and it's only going up. I believe it's going to be up to almost $6. It's going to be $6 in October of this year. When you're doing a contract negotiation, you really need to address these in the contract, define what a peak season, what the dates are, how they're going to be assessed, and what discounts that you can possibly get. Some shippers, they're not going to reach that threshold where some of the peak surcharges are going to be applied. You need to know if your volume, if your data says, yes, we're going to be hit with some of these, or no, we're not doing enough of them. We're asking for discounts for some of the clients whenever we're looking at these rates. A good thing is to ask your account rep. If you don't have access to data like Refund Retriever, go ahead and ask your account rep for a quarterly review of what accessorial fees you're getting hit for. See what services you're being billed and see how this is really affecting you. Also remember that now you're going to have more residential shipping. Hopefully you know that. Hopefully you've seen that. So a lot more B2C. We have a lot of wholesalers that, they were primarily 100% B2B. Now we're seeing a lot more ground residential packages, and most of the time they don't have as great of rates for those residential. So you really need to see what the application of your current agreement is to your shipping characteristics, because more than likely they have changed. You need to address this. Also, you might be seeing more express packages, because if you didn't ship to individual customers before, you didn't really have to pay attention to the Amazonification, really, of consumer expectations. They want it next day, they want it in 2 days. So you might have been only doing a bunch of ground before, and now you're bleeding into more second day, more next days. Your rates might not be that great. And also know, if you have anybody that wants like priority overnight, like first overnight, like early AM, you more than likely do not have a discount on early AM. I tell all my clients, try to not allow people to choose delivery before 8 o'clock. Do priority overnight, delivery by 10:30. You're going to get a discount. Standard overnight by 3 o'clock or end of day, you're going to get a discount. It's going to be cheaper for you, but it's still going to get there the next day. Try to avoid early AM at all costs, just because the discounts aren't there and it's super expensive. Also, coming into the peak season, we're in peak season, but peak season holiday, consider diversification. FedEx, UPS, they were slammed, they're still slammed. Consider having a backup, having some sort of agreement with the other carrier where if you really need to move volume over, great. We've seen clients where some of their account reps do not want them increasing volume to their service center. Having the ability, if you're a UPS client, to send some over to FedEx is great. USPS, another great option, or some of these regional carriers. They're not as I guess, flashy as FedEx and UPS. People don't know them as well, but they have great services. They have online tracking, and the cost is as efficient as a FedEx or UPS, or it might even be cheaper. If you have any questions about your shipping, what you've been seeing in peak season or moving forward for 2021 holiday peak season, give us a call at 800-441-8085 or shoot me an email, brian@refundretriever.com. Thanks a lot. Thank you for joining us on the Shipper's Toolbox. If you have any questions, visit our website, refundretriever.com. Feel free to reach out to us, 800-441-8085 for anything related to your FedEx or UPS invoices. Have a great day.